Clobby's Comic Shop. Gentlemen and lady, or ease, assuming that there's more than one. How's your Saturday night going? Glad to see you all here early and right away for the show. We got Vince Womack over on the Rumble side. I love to see that. And of course, on YouTube, Jonathan Conroy, Vince again. Hello, hello. Great to see you guys here. Of course, the bodies will come piling on in here. Let's bring the screen down. But are you guys ready to enjoy the show tonight? Are you? It's going to be a little shorter, but we're going to continue our classic comics run because, well, why would we not? Why would we not be doing that? I mean, I'm ready to enjoy classic comics. Are you guys ready to enjoy classic comic books? Are we? I mean, come on. Are we? That's right. Let's get fired up. What's up, Stephen M. Kell? Also, how's it going, Ironcaster?
Oh man, it is going. It's going so well that Jesse couldn't stick around.
He's like, oh, it was too good. I'm out of here. I've had enough of these guys already. And everything just started.
No, I saw the wrestling clip and all I think of is, Stone Cold want to crack open a cold one.
Crack open a can of whoop ass. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. Yeah. Oh, there he is. And there's the common nerd as well. I'm glad I can have you both here early and right away. And he's like, you're noted and heard, dude. Oh, he pulled out and slipped back in. And then he pulled out again. So he's a guy who uses us. He's one of those guys. He uses us. He needs us so he can slip in, pulls out when it's inconvenient, and then he comes right back in again.
What a gentleman.
We can't hear you, but we can see you. Oh, he's having trouble trying to get his voice up. But it's okay. At least your physical form can get it up, which is in some ways, he's got his voice back.
I can't see you guys for some reason.
That's weird.
My back end of Streamlabs Studio is completely and totally black. Before I couldn't hear you, now I can't see you.
Wow.
I have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea what's going on either. I just know that we're here. I can see you. I can hear you. And I'm glad you could be here. So
me too.
That's what's important. And we get to talk more classic comics. So I'm glad. I'm really glad we're really committed to this. So I'm really glad that this is gonna be like the thing, for the foreseeable future. But how's it going though, Common Nerd?
It's going pretty good. Busy as always. Things are always insane around here. Finally crossed 200 subscribers over on the new YouTube channel on Monday. And then I think we're sitting at like 2035 or something now on the new on the new channel.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh wow. Okay, I take that back. 2247. Holy cow, that's gone up since this morning. So I don't know what happened, but the algorithm fixed itself. And I'm happy about it. So that after getting the last one nuked, that's a nice feeling to see because we've been stagnant for like 3 weeks. So holy cow. So we're cranking out lots of videos over there. Had a really chill, short $5 Fridays yesterday. Got all kinds of crazy, insane things going on at the house. But other than that, there's a lot of good wins going on out there. There's a lot of beautiful things out there in the world happening despite all of the insanity. And boys and girls, we get some classic comics talk tonight. And I've read both of these already, and I'm in for a treat. Was one of these part of a series that we were already reading, or did we just decide to read one of these? Because
Amazing Spider-Man we're picking up from when we were doing our whole spiel way back. So you are not far off the mark.
What about Fantastic Four though? Because
that's the beginning of the Hickman run. Go ahead and tell your pitch.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, this picks up right in the middle of a story. I'm confused as to why we're starting here.
The last stream we did issue I believe 570, and the idea was that
was the first issue of the run.
We'd pair these two up together. Plus with the oncoming Avengers Infinity War, I felt it was appropriate to go look at essentially the downer that was knocked over that sets up everything with that for the comics, because look, let's be honest. When they get ready to do Infinity War for the MCU, they're not going back to the 80s. No, they're going back to the most recent one, the 2015, the one that was done during Marvel's ownership.
Gotcha. Why does
I'm
this
sorry,
feel like
Disney's
this is a
ownership.
conversation we should have had like 8 years ago for a
We
show we
didn't
should have had
know.
like 8 years
Hindsight's
ago?
always 2020. We didn't know
Right?
better.
Oh God, if we'd only know. If we'd only known. There were so many canaries in the coal mines, man. You know what I mean? It's one of them situations where it's like there were so many. The Lord provided us so many prophets, and the rest of us were all like, nah, it can't really be that bad. They'd never do that, would they? And then they went and did it, and we were like, guess that guy was right. After, guess we should have listened to that crazy old bastard after all.
Yeah, it's amazing. Sanity is finally starting to creep its head back around. Yeah, I agree on that. Oh, I got a few cuts to answer.
Yeah.
Transformers next week.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, we will finally acknowledge Transformers number 24 next week. The reason why I didn't have it last week, and usually I'm good about telling people when there's a no-show. I totally forgot about the Krigler meetup being the same week as when the 24 arrived. But yes, we will make it next Saturday. We'll finally acknowledge it. It'll be great. It'll be huge. Totally forgot to let people know there's not gonna be a show. I know I remember letting people in advance, so hey, there's not gonna be a show, but I totally forgot. Like maybe the last minute post on it. So that's my fault. So I do apologize. But yes, Transformers number 24 discussion next week. So that will answer that. What's up, student God? Jeremiah Hambry, what's up? He says, Nick, you complain so much that comics have gotten so bad. So why don't you write your conflict? Well, I mean, I have acknowledged it when it's gotten better, and it has gotten better. We're not in an ideal state, but has it gotten better? Yeah, we're far from an ideal state. So I've acknowledged where it's gone good, and we've done that quite a bit on this show. Whether it's the one DC book I've been reading all 2025 in Aquaman, or whether it's stuff coming out from Fun My Comic, or whether it's
I read that Green Lantern from DC too.
Jeremy Adams, yeah. So, or whether stuff coming out from the Rippaverse, or whether it's coming out from Dark Horse or Titan with Conan, or obviously the Iron Giant universe. So there's been a lot of good acknowledgement as well. There's been quite a bit of it. I mean, catch this show more often. You'll catch us talking more about what actually is good quite a bit. For us to go into the bad is we only do that on a, let's just say, an exceptional occasion. And what's up, core member? Great to see you, sir. By Crom. What's going on, dudes? But yeah, Jeremiah, as far as writing, to answer your last part of the question, I'm not a writer. I like commenting on books, and that's why I comment on the ones that are good as well. What's up, Pablo?
Howdy ho! Hey,
Pablo's here.
You just got here right on time, Comic Relief for Crusade. I said next Saturday we will talk 24. You can join the show if you want, brother. Okay, you're in. If you want in,
nice.
You're allowed to slipping and sliding in. Okay, I would love to have you. And Commenter pulled out again. It's just like that. So, anyways,
he never pulled out.
Let it never be said his pullout game is no good.
Dude, he's really upped his pullout game this stream. We've been only going for about 10 minutes, but he's been on a transcendent level of pulling out.
I just want to be able to see you guys.
I have seen
I can even see the chat highlights. I can see you highlight the chat, and I can't see any of your cameras.
I've seen some men pull out before, but Common here, his pullout game is the strongest. I'm just saying.
I just keep going in and out and in and out and in and out.
We know it
something
shows.
new will happen.
It shows.
There's only 6 of them.
We know what you're doing, but
wait,
yes.
you said you are you have been going like that for 10 minutes?
I mean,
well, that's good timing, man.
Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited, Pablo. You got to at least buy me dinner first, and you're a long way away.
He's not exactly the long distance relationship sort of guy.
I need it too often for that shit.
Wow.
No worries. My president is fucking me enough, so.
We dealt with that for 4 years, so it's your turn now. There you go.
Wow. This is taking course. This is really
not course.
Some would even say an intercourse.
Oh man.
There you go.
Wow. I just don't know. I just don't know. But anyways, what I do know is we got some classic books to talk about. And well, since my state tonight for the show is a bit shorter, let's just get to the point and talk about these great comics. So ASM number 82 from the classic League, and well, this time it's Bushima involved with it, along with Ramita. So we got quite a bit of an alliance here with this book. Sorry, actually, no, Ramita for this issue, because Bushima had stepped out. So, anyways, let's get into ASM number 82, dudes. Okay. Are you ready to slide in, Common? Are you ready?
Giggity. I'm always ready to put it in.
All right. Well, good. Well, we're going in, and we're going in deep, and we're not using any lube. Let's
no protection.
Whip it out. Oh, yeah. Look at that glorious cover there. Ooh, that's a smoking good cover. Oh, that's nice. So,
and then came Electro. Well, Electro's gonna come.
Speaking of coming.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, all right.
So, comment.
All over that theater.
Why don't you get to be the one that breaks the ice on issue 82? Common?
Oh, me. Sorry. I thought I heard something else for a second. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I heard an L after the C. I was like, wait a minute. What? I'm so confused here for a second. Spirit? What did we?
Yeah,
usually
we never have you lead off. Tonight,
no.
Guy leads it off. That's great.
So there's a lot of things I love about this issue. I always love all of the. I love how the relationships are written in this issue. Gwen and Petey are just so good. Like I can totally understand. Like I'm channeling my inner Clobby right now as far as that whole relationship situation is concerned, you know? And it's like, it's one of them things where it's like, it's so good between them. And it's like, it's funny too, because like, you can tell like men are writing this and it's older men that have been in this situation because you're looking back at it going, yeah, stupid. You should just tell her because she will be your rock. She is your rock. She will be there for you no matter what. She's gonna have your back no matter what. And it's the 40-year-old man looking back at his 20-year-old self going, you should have just told her, man. You know, and it's so fun because when he does start to tell her at least a little bit of it, what does she instantly reply? You know, I got you. I'm right there. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like this is the woman that he could literally burden her with everything, and she doesn't care. She's on his arm. She's happy, and that's the important part.
To be fair. This situation kind of have her snapping a bit.
Let's let him finish this thought. We'll get into your thoughts on
Amazing Spider-Man 121, the snap.
We know a snap, but I know what you're talking about. Well, let's let him complete his thought, and we'll get to it though.
But yes, so I enjoyed seeing a lot of that back and forth between the two of them. I love that a lot. Jonah. Always love Jonah. You always have to love Jonah Jameson. It's always a good time. Jonah Electro gets at Electro is a lot of fun because I haven't read too many of the actual comics with Electro in it. And so it's a lot of fun just to see your classic kind of, I hate to say like blue collar dummy, but that's kind of how he's portrayed. Just kind of the villain that. Yeah, like he got powers, right? But he's not some super genius, you know. He's still pretty like blue collar. Like he might have amazing powers, but at the end of the day, he's still kind of a B-level villain, right? Because he's not some super genius. No, he's clever. He's clever enough, you know what I mean, to get the job done and figure out some stuff. And he knows he's powerful, but it's nothing crazy. So what's he come up with? He's like, Jonah's always wanting to get rid of him, you know. I can go to Jonah. I'm looking to get paid. That's not illegal. I don't have to worry about getting in trouble with my parole officer. You know, he's trying to play the nice guy, everything else, but he's like in his head the entire time. He's like, oh, everybody can piss off. And then of course, Jonah, I would have given you so much more, you dumbass. So it's really well done. Those aspects of it. Jonah's always a character. And I always love how his editor, his city editor absolutely always has his number. Like he just always knows flat out when Jameson is scheming something. And so he calls him out right away on it. And it's just absolutely hilarious to see that. And the only issue I ever have with this issue is it's one of them situations where, and like, given I haven't read probably anywhere near as much of classic comics as anybody on this panel, or probably a whole lot of you folks out there in the chat as well. But my God, I can see how some people don't stick with this comic, because I am sick and tired of Peter Parker being broke and about him complaining about his bills every single issue. It's starting to become the Aunt May sick again trope. Oh, by the way, guess what? This issue begins with Aunt May recovering from being sick and being all flustered and freaking out. Like, you know, it's just like I love a lot of the dynamics in this. I love a lot of the writing. The art's incredible. The fights are awesome. You know, PD and Spider-Man doing his thing with Electro and figuring out a way to defeat him, use his environment against him and that kind of thing, because he knows he can't defeat him naturally, because it's actually kind of funny. It's like, well, yeah, you're going up against somebody who's literally, his power is moving at the speed of light. Of course you can't move faster than him. Duh. You know, but like, it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, can I get like and maybe it's just because I haven't read the whole run, and maybe I need to find I know we're kind of skipping around with like authors and stuff like that, but like, is there like a 6-issue run where like Peter's just not broke? You know what I mean? Where he's actually not worried about his bills.
I'll put it this way. You got to remember, when we're discovering it as a trope of the Aunt May stuff where Peter broke, we're knowing this after the character has already existed for 5 or 6 decades. We're discovering Spider-Man, these stories at ground zero. This is not even a decade into his run. So for us, we may have already have some of that from the amount of shows, the amount of movies, and even storylines in video games. A lot of those things play into it. And then there's hearing about it from comics fans throughout 4, 5, 6 decades. This at the time was a fresher concept. So it was way bit different. So maybe if this was the first ever thing we had learned of it, we'd probably be a bit more lenient, but we've grown up hearing it as a thing, because a lot of writers would later on into the 90s and the 2000s and 2010s would go back to those concepts, even though he eventually evolved from those concepts, but they kept bringing him back. Which this is that time where this is all new to him.
Okay,
yeah,
but,
it's just
about that.
It just feels like we're at like issue 60, and it comes up like every 2 or 3 issues. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing.
He's still a young guy in college.
They tried to do something with Peter not being broken. And the issue is that the only drama that they found to make kind of interesting the story was love drama. And then it becomes not really Spider-Man, because relationships and everything is always there, but it's not the most important part. Normally, the most important part is being a hero and saving the day on his household. You remove the saving the day on his household, and dude, sorry, but it's a lot of petty drama. It's the same when they try to make him superior Spider-Man with Doc Ock being in his brain.
The
he's a billionaire and everything.
Spider-Man. Yeah, the concept of Dark Spider-Man. We've done this concept now for 30 decades. And when we're done with that concept, we had to make him go back to being broke.
Yep, basically.
Yeah, I know. I've noticed that as well. Common, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
No, I mean, overall, I really enjoyed the issue. It was one of those ones I love going back and reading these classics and seeing all the kind of stuff, because the writing, my God, like the Fantastic Four one that we're going to go over here in a little bit that we read was obviously written a fair bit into the newer era.
Yeah.
And it's one of them situations. I think it was like 09 or something. I think I saw on the cover, if I remember correctly.
You're right.
And like, my God, just the amount of depth that they put into the conversations and the relationships, you know what I mean, is always so much more. Like, I find myself like burning through the pages of the Fantastic Four issue, because there's good stuff on the art, especially like, I don't like the cover, but the art inside is really good. But like, the conversations aren't very in depth. They're like 2 or 3 sentences at the most, and then you're moving on to the next panel. You know, whereas in these one, right, and that's different strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah.
But with these ones, like, I like how much more story and how much more depth we get, because the conversations are so much more involved. there's more of the relationship building. And obviously with Fantastic Four, a lot of that relationship building's already been done because you're in an '09 from a comic that's been around since the '60s. But it's one of those things. It seems like they've lost the art form of being able to write conversations inside of a comics. They're so afraid to, I guess, get people stuck on a panel reading it for too long. I guess they're worried people's ADD isn't going to allow them to stick with it or something. I don't know, but like, I like that a lot more than I can read through a comic in 10 minutes because there was like 6 sentences in the whole thing. So I like that a lot. About these ones, I like that a lot more. I like that in-depth conversation. It just feels like an art that's been lost to me.
Well, when they had conversations, because a lot of the thing is, a lot of the comics at this time, you wrote it as if it might be someone's first or last, or even let alone only issue. Whereas a lot of the formatting, especially in Marvel and DC, in the last, let's just say 20 years, maybe to a lesser extent, 25 or 30, definitely 20.
Yeah.
Where they write for the trade. Hence why a lot of things are a lot more slower pace, and conversations go on a bit longer. Things take longer for things to happen because we write for the trade, where we write every issue as a thing. If there's an ongoing thing, back then you made sure something significant happened. Once again, just in case it was somehow a reader's first, last, or only issue. Nowadays, everything is about somewhere between the 6, 7, 8 issue arc, so they can publish in a trade format. They don't write small stories. They write big, long running arcs nowadays. So the writing format has changed. It for some writers that can be good, but we've also learned, even for a lot of good writers, it's not great to apply to a one size fits all. But that we're starting to go into a different conversation here. And we also have to be very mindful of the time
management.
Yeah.
I just say overall, I think overall what you were talking about, Nick, is a bad move overall for the comic book industry. I don't think it helped. I think it hurt more. I think it hurt way more than it helped.
Oh, it did. And like I said, there's some writers who it works for, but that's the problem. It's a few of them, not most of them. But anyways,
some people are good at movies, some good at television shows.
Oh yeah. Pablo, you look like you're anxious to talk about this issue, so I'm gonna let you have it.
A couple of things. First, if you read the very first page of this comic, is relatable as fuck. This may be one of the best examples of Jesse was saying that they don't write like this anymore. They write walls of text in current day comics. It's just not this intense. Peter here is thinking about his job, about his love life, about his family, about everything at the same time, right? And you can see even in the pose on the drawing, you have been there. You have been in that situation, sitting in the edge of your bed, just thinking about all the bullshit happening in your life, and that's it. There's not solution. There's no real intent of solving anything. It's just Peter sinking into life, and that's it. And it's absolutely powerful. So it's just the quality of the writing. But okay, the fact that he is so in deep on his mind and he doesn't really notice Electro being the guy working on the TV station, and he's feeling the spider sense activating, but he thinks that is all the worrying and everything. I love this panel because he goes straight to he's shaving his Fu Manchu.
The short-lived Harry Osborn Fu Manchu.
Yep. Dude, there's even in the conversations, there's a conversation when Peter gets a call from Gwen Stacy and he's with MJ. And when it's like, remember, MJ is out of limits. And I'm like, does that mean that other girls aren't? Because we can time travel and get Felicia two blondes.
No.
I'm just saying, 2 for 1, perfect price. Dude, the Parker lock at some point needs to go up. Just saying. But yeah, the whole MJ and when kind of having this small fight all the time in every single conversation when they are just throwing small insults to each other, and it's permanent, and it's just like, dude, this is a bunch of bitches. And let it be the Parker look. He gets the most incredible, the hottest women around to be into him. And all they can do is fucking
Fight.
bicker and fight.
You know what? That's a good problem to be having, though. Let's be real here, because
Oh,
the way they bicker towards each
Dude,
other is actually really entertaining. I'm gonna be fair here and say that it's
dude,
very entertaining the way they
look at that
bicker.
panel. Look
Yeah.
at the. And also, of course, because Peter is right now quite hot-headed, has a fight with Flash and everything, so they get a big back into the old school status quo. You have Flash being the guy that is just there for Peter to go into his emotional trouble. Because normally is he has a fight with Flash and he gets into a bit of introspection, not only about the reason for the fight, but also about his powers and about the responsibility. It's always like that. A Flash works for that and is really good, but it's a bit back to basics. Everything is back to basics, including the fact that we have been in exactly this plot on Amazing Spider-Man #1. I don't know if you notice. Spidey
I'm
goes
fine with
into a
that.
news station to get higher so he can make money because he needs to pay for Aunt May's bills.
Yeah, and this
That's
is when
Spider-Man
this.
#1.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, I don't disagree with that because that's factual. I'm okay with that. Once again, this is when this type of storytelling was very freshly done, and these themes played out a long stretch over time. Yet still, so much happened issue to issue. I don't agree with it being back to basics. I just feel like it's continuing threads that have been going on since day one for me.
And
well,
So
think
it's
about
it's
one
they have
news
different.
been
station worked out
migrating.
for you.
They have been migrating a lot of the drama to Peter's adult life, and now they are getting everything that worked on Peter's high school life and getting it back into Peter's adult life. So
Uh huh.
it's I mean it works. It really works. Everything about the relationships works.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Jay Jonah being an asshole and
Oh, he's
actually
entertaining.
being in the studio and just giggling. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. He's gonna get it. What
Oh
did you do?
man.
Ah, fuck. Dude, it's a great. God damn it! It's a great issue. It's a great issue.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was not expecting that much. Last issue we had first appearance, and not the last, but let's be honest, not many appearances of the kangaroo around there. Next issue, you also have a first appearance. Is let me see. I have it here. God
Mhm.
damn it. My mouse is not working the wheel.
Yeah.
And I have repaired it a couple of times. It's not working.
Oh, that damn
Yeah, but next issue, first appearance of God damn it,
The
somebody.
schemer.
of somebody.
The schemer.
The scheme. The schemer.
Ah. What's up,
Is
people?
yeah, this era is a bunch of first appearances. Is a
Uh-huh.
bit of just toying with that, giving Spidey a lot of air to breathe, but
Uh-huh.
also they are kinda implying something else going on the background with the Green Goblin.
Mhm. Mhm.
And there's a mystery that will be really important in the next, I will say, 20 to 30 issues before we know who's the body. And then, well, we know what's going on there.
Yes.
So it's cool. We have a breeder. We have some old school villains. We have some old school style relationships going on, and we get all the goodness of all the characters that we get in Pitch. So I'm absolutely fascinated with this issue.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to acknowledge a few things really quick. Welcome to Deeple 101. I saw he dropped in. Grim as well. What's up? The Equalizer. How you doing? Penny, Metastep, welcome. Love to see all you all here dropping on in. Mohammed said as well. If I missed you, I apologize. Equalizer had a question. I'm going to answer this really quickly, and then we're going to carry on here. He asked, in the 21st century, can comics survive given the fact that most are buried to cell phones? All right, I'm going to give you. I'm going to be the only one who's going to answer because I want to move forward here. Depends on how you see it. If you're talking about in the form that, let's just say, maybe you grew up with and recognize it, probably not. But as a medium of panels and pictures and artwork-driven storytelling, yes, because we have manga. We have Diary of a Wimpy Kid. We have Dogman. These things sell in the millions. And guess what? Dominated by young readers in the millions. So as far as American comics, could they do it? Maybe if they actually tried. It doesn't help that they skipped out on trying to actually genuinely appeal to a generation. Instead, they tried picking up an audience that would never buy their books. Instead of thinking, hey, let's look at these young audience. How can we capture their imaginations? They didn't. They didn't try at all. Instead, they tried going for the niches of the niches of the niches. It's one thing when you want to try different things, but they weren't trying different things then. They were trying to remove all of their fans over decades and thinking that they would just automatically get replaced. That's just the simpler answer. I could elaborate on this further. Maybe that's an idea for a video if I get lucky enough to do videos again. But it's just will it. And then you have to also emphasize that is on the mainstream big two, because reading as a form still exists. It's still thriving, and millions of youngins still do read. And that's not my opinion. That's a fact. So anyways, Kesser, your thoughts on ASM number 82, sir?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine enough little issue to kind of get you back into sort of the crux of Peter, all the responsibility, all that he's built up, and you have so many of the the tried and true characters here. The love triangle, the Gwen Stacy, the Mary Jane. You're kind of looking at it thinking, well, which one is he going to get hooked up with in the end? Because you're just like, it seems like both of them are clearly trying to get a little bit of that Parker luck in there, as well as
Final Destination,
as well as the familiar faces of a classic villain with Electro, who we haven't exactly seen a ton of at this point, but he's out here, just trying to get by and get a little success in, and trying to get himself a little bit of a side piece as well. It's a fun story because it's ultimately getting back to basics here in a lot of ways. Peter's trying to get some money because he's got something coming up with his social life where he has to afford it on top of Aunt May and her health scares, which, by the way, drink. I feel like we need to add. I feel like we need to start the Spider-Man drinking game, which includes with great power comes great responsibility.
My liver cannot
Aunt May
do
is
that.
sick again.
What's up, comic book history? Says Comrade. Love your avatar, brother. Thanks for dropping in here. Cheers. But carry on, Caster.
And I mean, it's great because there's a good, like, kind of what you were saying there, Jesse, is just like within 2 pages, we go from Spider-Man swinging in a window and instantly getting a job, proving himself, to like getting the appearance of Electro and getting all that set up. There's so much you could fit within these 2 pages that in another world it would have been at least twice that, just to get all the story out in like modern writing. But I mean, so much of it is so much of it works so well for this. I'm enjoying it. And plus, like, who doesn't love Electro?
Oh God, I love it. He makes for great action scenes. Sure, his story isn't about being the most in depth, but for the action scenes, he's very engaging with action scenes, and I feel like that was the one of the big highlights of this book. And I like how this issue shows you how much of a Peter is trying to pull off a juggling act between the Aunt May life, his romance life, his work life, being a superhero, trying to also make money on top of it, whether it's being Peter Parker or being Spider-Man. His life is the ultimate juggling act. And regardless of how we feel about Spider-Man Homecoming, one of the few strong scenes in that movie is that scene where you see him holding onto the webs and he's trying to keep that ship together, because that scene sums up Spider-Man and his, I guess you say, the story of his life, trying to juggle it all together and trying to keep the ship afloat. Obviously, it was probably not written it with that intention in mind because it was more about the moment. But if you're a Spider-Man fan who knows the context, you might see it that way because like, wow, that scene actually sums up Peter's life in a nutshell.
And it's one of those stories that I really find myself kind of aligning with, because in a lot of ways I'm feeling that myself. Doing all the streaming stuff and doing work. I'm looking after my grandfather. There's a lot of ways I get pulled, and this is without even having the extra juggling act of a family thrown into the mix. It is totally relatable. This is a Peter Parker for that young adult. This is a 19, 20-year-old Peter. And I mean, I'm well beyond that age, but I still relate. I remember those days.
Just a quick thing. Electro right now, not a great character, just a random character that you can throw for quick issues. He will get his day though. Electro becomes a really interesting villain in the future.
I love
him being his costume's great. I love the way they played into the continuity, because if Peter would remember Max Dillon if he had just saw him, let's just say the day before. But the last time we saw him was pretty far back. And with how much goes on in Peter's life, I don't really hold it against him for not exactly having the clearest memory of Max Dillon. I buy that. I buy that so much. I was like, yeah, why would that not be a bit of a blurry memory to him? Especially when he's also got more important things on his mind. Like the fact of the way he had to, let's just say, cover up his secret with Aunt May by lying to her, making her have to question her own sanity. He did, and also now he's in that moment of, I need to tell Gwen how I feel, because he's learning, the more he learns about her, the more he realizes she is many things, but shallow is not one of them. She is very understanding, very accommodating, and she likes Peter for Peter. Fuck, that's genuine, man. That is just absolutely amazing. So I guess
bless us all to be so lucky.
All right. Fenrir's back here. All right, Fenrir. You said you gotta drop in quick and give a quick talk. So you got like 2 minutes and then you gotta go?
Yeah, Fenrir? I'm gonna jump right in and just be straight with it. Hey Nick, how you doing? Hey,
hello, Fenrir.
Hi, Caster. Pablo, buddy, how's it going, hermano?
Hey.
You coming?
Did you read the Spider-Man?
Okay. Yes, and I didn't finish the whole thing.
Okay, well then I'll take it from here. Did you read Fantastic Four? Because if you can answer for that one.
No. I read almost the whole thing. I just didn't finish the last page. Literally the last page.
Oh,
I read through the whole thing, just missed the last page.
Okay, well I'll go really quick so then you can have it. So with ASM number 82, I love this issue. Obviously, the art is great, but I love how it shows you how, once again, like Peter Parker, who has to juggle it all together, the teamwork on his book has a juggling act. Because if you realize, there's a lot of stuff going on in this issue. There's a lot of movement. Things are happening very fast in this book. And how do you do it without making things feel jumbled? This issue does. I think this issue flows very well. I love the way this issue flows, considering all it has to juggle. It didn't have to work that way. It really, and there's a lot of lesser writers, especially in the last 15, 20 years, who, if they had this many subplots and a main plot to follow, they couldn't do this. These guys did. I'm not saying they made it look easy, because it probably is not easy. But the fact is, they did it. And they made themselves look damn good doing that. Not easy. They just made themselves look damn good doing it. Love that we got the action scenes with Spidey and Electro. I love the way he beats Electro. I thought that was really cool. And once again, he realizes like Max Dillon's not a stupid guy, even though he's a villain of the week type at this point. I love that he has to, make him use his own powers against himself. And even though once again he won, he lost because his body feels, pun completely intended, his body feels a bit fried after it's all said and done. Because yeah, he won the fight against Electro. Electro barely walks away, but guess what? Spider-Man got no money, and his body's in worse shape. And right when he was actually about to tell Gwen something significant, boom, it didn't happen. So I feel like this issue was like a tease that things are starting to escalate. So now we're in the stage of buttering us up before they actually happen. So for me, this was the buttering us up issue for that. So I love it for that. This was we're now past the calm, but we're now transitioning from the calm into the storm now. Not the calm before. Now we're past the calm, and now we're kind of driving into it now. And I have a feeling Peter Parker and Spider-Man's lives are about to get so much wilder. And for me, makes a very fantastic, fun, engaging read. Fender of the Ice Wolf, the floor is yours. Huh.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh crap! I came all here prepared for something quick. All right. Shit. How do I start? I had a whole speech to say. You know what? Jump to the other guy. I'm gonna remember it all quick.
We already all had our say on this issue.
We already
have. Yeah. It's all you, man.
What did you like?
Okay.
Well, why don't you start with what you did like?
It felt good.
It felt good. Okay. Before next year.
That's all I can say. Like when you get a happy ending from that Taiwanese chick you met in the airport, it felt good.
Okay.
I mean, it's an awfully specific explanation, an awfully specific relation, but okay, I can understand the analogy.
Yes.
Are you sure it was a chick?
Yes. Thank you.
Are you sure? Are you sure it was a thing? Are you sure it wasn't just cheating on right hand with left hand?
Let's forget this, okay?
Hey, they have an agreement. They share Fenrir once a week.
It felt good. A man of 1,000 words. Oh, that's good. Well, guys, let's transition. You're welcome. You are so welcome. So, guys, that was ASM number 82. We should transition. Before we transition, though, we should give acknowledgments and salutes to our wonderful chat for being here, hanging out with us into the show because, we got half hour, 35 minutes left. Why not acknowledge our great chat? So, chat, this is to all of you for hanging out with us tonight, talking some classic comics. So, we're going to be talking now the very second issue of the Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four run with issue 571. So, thank you to all of you for hanging out with us. Okay. And remember, next Saturday, more classic comics in Transformers number 24. It's going to be huge. Okay. Huge.
Salud.
That's how we gotta end every one of those salutes.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Nice
that should be our thing.
Huges.
I like that. Lot of huges going around. Lots of huge. Okay. Let's transition. Okay. Yes, that's right. Huge.
Can I just say one quick thing about this issue before we start?
Yeah.
Fuck you, I was right. Fuck you, I was right. Fuck you, I was right.
You had to razor fist it. That sounds
Spider-Man
bad.
sucks.
Oh, you sound like Toxic Man Flu. Okay. So, funny story about Toxic Man Flu. So, at the Krigler meetup I think probably around like 8 or 9 at night. He and Mrs. Flu arrive, and I run up to Tox. I mean like actually run, like physically in running. Like, and I decided to jump. I actually did. Like I physically jumped so he could catch me, and he caught me. And I wrapped my arms and legs around him, and then we both tipped over, hit the ground at the bar, and he caused a loud brrr when we both dropped on the ground. A lot of eyes saw that we fell on the ground together. It was amazing. He said he busted his knee because of it. And he said he thinks he thinks he got a boner on while he was on top as well. So yeah, it was
confirmed. Toxic Man Flu ruined his knee for Nick Nokeweiser for 32 flavors.
He needed a fresh young man to show him the way to really get his spirits rising.
to really get him down on his knees.
Yeah, he needed a nice fresh young man to do that. So you know, I wasn't just hot and ready. I was the hot and sizzling straight out of Vito and Nick's in the South Side of Chicago. Why sell for the Little Caesars when you could be the mom and pop Vito and Nick's? So I decided I was Vito and Nick's. I just can't believe I made a whole innuendo involving pizza and about a meetup, but somehow I just accomplished it. Don't ask how I did it, but somehow it makes a lot of sense. Anyways,
if we open up your head, all that would be is pizza, boobs, beer, and comics running around inside of there. That's all it would be.
I'm probably made of pizza. I'm pretty sure like there's like my brain cells just got like replaced by like pizza cells. Like I had Tavern pizza Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Pizza Monster from Spaceballs.
Yes. Amazing.
Yes.
Oh,
that's what's inside Nick's head.
Yeah, Pizza the Hut.
That's his persona.
Pizza the Hut. All right, before we show off these this comic, we're gonna look at some memes that Deeple101 sent me because I don't want to forget, and we'll be quick. I promise. As Deeple, right here, my knees. What'd you do to me, 30th Bente? I took away your bending.
In my country, there's a white saying. You know when you are old, when instead of smoking weed, you are rubbing it in your joints.
Hold up. I gotta read this one. Looks like someone was involved in a carjacking. Maybe a few of them. Oh, man. Sometimes the real treasure, Fireball at 9th level, was the friends we fireballed along the way.
Oh my god!
The One Piece.
Name a character who went through more pain. Oh, dude, you're right. Oh man!
First the sign guy, man. The sign guy.
We don't even acknowledge him. We just walk around it. I mean,
your microphone's cutting out, Fenrir.
Yeah, you sound horrible, Mike Fenrir.
But holy crud, that was amazing, people. That may have been some of your best memes you have sent yet, sir. I salute the hell out of you. So, anyways, fellow dudes, let's get into Fantastic Four 571 because this is a doozy of an issue. I'm going to let Ironcaster be the man who leads this one off.
Well, what better way to start an issue off than having like 10 Reed Richards fighting Galactus? And not only that, if you go back up there just that smidge, I think to that first page. Yeah, right there is Reed Rich. That's Nick Weiser once the metabolism drops.
Nah.
Hey, it could happen. I've never ruled it out. I've said if I can last at least the way I am now till 50, and then it starts then, that's fair game. Because you know why? Half a century is a great run. But anything after that is overtime. But go on.
But I mean, it's an interesting buildup because from what we saw the last week, or the last issue, Reed is getting to see all the great potential that the Intergalactic Council of Reeds is able to do. From being able to solve all the world's
How's that
problems,
Reed
solve
fat?
everything is the goal. And he's seen the light, he's seen the dark, and now he's seen the threats that lie out there in the multiverse. And to have a ton of Galactuses with, by the way, all these Reed Richards showing up with their ultimate nullifiers just to take care of Galactus. That is a great way to start this comic off. And then
I agree.
And then once that passes, once you get past that opening initial 2 pages, it's straight to breakfast. You're get to see just like the secret life of Reed Richards. What is he doing when the family's not around?
Yeah. Carry on.
I gotta say, the imagery, it's kind of this odd psychological analysis of the guy, and I really liked it.
No, it's fascinating because
did I just speak my thoughts out loud?
It's okay. Caster's continuing.
worry,
It's
it was
okay.
not
It's
loud.
okay, Fenrir. It's okay. Go ahead, Caster.
But I mean, it does such a great job to show you like the potential Reed has if there was just more of him to go around. Which is impressive to say, considering this is a man who could stretch himself like in infinite ways. Like, but even he can be in a lot of ways stretched too thin.
I agree. No pun. I wasn't thinking from the pun, but I actually was thinking, which is ironic, coming from me from a serious standpoint. I can't believe I actually thought about something maturely for once in my life. But really, I thought about like, wow, he's really this is like what happens when you wear yourself down, because no matter how much he gets done with all his breakthroughs and experimentations, it's the making the time for family, making time for Sue. And Ben even says in this issue, Caster, like, hey, man, when she's like kind of like not doing well, we're all kind of feeling it with her. There's a vicariousness living through each other when she helps keep the ship afloat. I'm not personally into the term happy wife, happy life. I strongly reject that term because that just to me is feminist lingo for the wife is in control of the guy and the guy has no say. However, in this situation, I'm not going to call an exception, but I can understand why Sue needs Reed to be around because she is juggling a lot. She's probably the one woman who actually has a valid point in this argument of, hey, I'm juggling a lot here. Can you help? I get it with Sue. I freaking get it. And I don't blame her for how she feels. I'm just looking at it from an objective perspective, not a, well, woman needs man and expects man to do everything. I feel like she's being fairly reasonable, but carry on, Caster.
But what I think is probably the most important part of this issue is like, yeah, this stuff here with Galactus, the cool imagery is this is the stuff that you want to go buy the comic for because it's the stuff you imagine of. But what you really sink your teeth into, it's like the breakfast conversations with the family. Sue is great. Sue is clearly unhappy here, and here's Reed trying to try to use that big brain of his to think about how to handle her. And there's a great bit there where she's talking about like, I hate it when you do this because you act like you're so smart, even though he is the smartest man on the planet. And he has this great little monologue line, I think down another page or two, says, Susan, when I was 15, I split my first atom. And by the time I was 21, I had spliced the gene and created new life. I have been to the stars with rocket built with my own hands, and I have seen the death and birth of suns with my very own eyes. All of this, my doing. I'm the foremost authority in the countless areas of science and technology. And when the smartest people on this planet need help, it's me they call. I will not apologize for knowing the things I do. She says, well, what's your point? I'm an expert in many things, but it's you I've studied the most. It shows you, like, at the end of the day, he does know how to have his priorities in place when he needs to.
Yeah, that's oddly romantic.
That was actually a really smooth line. No, Fenrir is right. There is a romanticism to that line. Like, it shows you, even when he has his eyes on so many other things, when he said those words, I was like, wow, that's actually really powerful when he said that. I'm an expert in many things, but it's you I've studied the most. That may have been my favorite moment of the panel. Go ahead, Caster. But no, I had to echo Fenrir because Fenrir was right about that.
But actually, yeah, I'm sorry, I was slightly wrong. It's this issue is where we get to see just all the great potential this Council of Reeds is able to do. All such good they're able to do. They can stop Galactus, like 20 of them all together. They can solve the hunger of entire solar systems like it's nothing. There's nothing that they can't do. But then you go and you see the darkness that is the potential with this Council of Reeds. Like, which kind of shows, like, you know, as smart as they are, like, none of them thought, let's just kill Doom. No, we have to, like, enslave them and put him in a dark, like, basement somewhere. Like, this is not going to go wrong at all.
Doom.
I mean,
Doom.
look, I'm gonna be honest. If I was in their position, I just put a bullet in Doom's head and call it a day. You cannot have that man alive.
They turned Doom into a goddamn Pokemon. All he can say is his name.
Dude, he is plotting his revenge.
Right.
He's just playing it, just plotting.
Hey, Fender, you may have. I'm assuming you didn't catch the messages earlier, but we got a tighter show we got to run. I'm gonna let Casser finish up and then pass the baton because I do got like less than 25 minutes and we gotta be like done, like not plugging channels at less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, and even I gotta be out of here soon.
So to wrap it up, I think like the way this comic ends with like the big reveal of like, you know, after everything we fought Galactus, what's next? Celestials, like holy shit! I guess what this leads me with that. It's a great story you get into. You want to see what comes next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Common Nerd, sir. I want to hear your thoughts on this issue.
So, outside of like some of the complaints I was making about earlier, comparing it with Amazing Spider-Man, I really enjoy this issue. I think the artwork is gorgeous. I didn't like the cover. Whoever drew the cover, I wasn't a fan of. But as soon as I got inside of the book, I was like, wow, this is gorgeous. This is done really, really well. But yeah, the story is a lot of fun. Ironcaster's absolutely right. It makes you want to keep reading. Like as soon as you jumped in the middle of this, I'm like, okay, I need to read the last I need to read the last issue. And as soon as this one ends, I need to read the next issue. Like I'm right there on that one. And I do really enjoy like the kind of the dilemma, the kind of dynamic that Reed finds himself presented in this one too. Because it's like you said, now what does Reed have essentially with if he has a whole bunch of himself extras of himself, you know, and there's a really cool scene, and it's actually this scene right here. Where the guy's explaining to Reed what he's done to the planet and how this planet has been completely terraformed. And now basically the entire planet just produces food. And Reed's like, oh, that's incredible. This one planet must feed so many people. And he's like, Reed, you're thinking on such a small scale. He's like, I've done this to hundreds of planets. You know what I mean? So it's like this is like, you don't realize what we can do together. You're not thinking big enough, homie. You know, and so it's a lot of fun to kind of see that dynamic because that is the question, right? You know, he's got all these responsibilities at home. You know, his wife's stressed out, you know, but like because of what's going on and everything else. And I agree. I think he handles that. I think he handles that situation really well. And that line is absolutely fabulous. I love that. And it's very romantic, especially coming from a smart man when you realize how much he has studied and how much he does know. You know, and anyway, and I was really kind of waiting for a lot. I was kind of waiting for a snarky line at the end of that of being like, you know, it's like, but the one thing I still don't understand is you. You know, but I'm glad we didn't see that. I'm glad we didn't get that. That made me happy to see that. It made a much sweeter scene.
It did. I agree.
But yeah, but seeing him deal with all of that and understanding like what's being offered in front of him, and obviously the decision that he ends up making, and even telling Sue, he's like, give me a week. You know, let me look at all of this. Give me a week, yada, yada, yada. Let me look at this and everything else. And so I like that a lot. I like seeing all of the different variations of Reed. I like seeing the ideas of, because I love the concept of that being able to solve. Like, I really do think, like, I think if you could get a lot of the petty nonsense out of the way of people and just let geniuses create, you know, like, and not have like so many government regulations and burdensome. And don't get me started on all the classified stuff for stupid reasons as far as the patent office is concerned. Yeah. But like, I really do think like this is what you do. You get groups of geniuses together like this, and you can solve things on global scales like this. And it's such an opportunity for Reed. And it's like, yeah, I can stop Dr. Doom next week on my planet, or, you know, the Mole Man comes out of the ground, or whatever X, Y, and Z next villain pops up. Or I can work with these guys and I can come back to my planet and literally solve problems beyond all measure, and so it's like, and it's understandable why he chooses to make that decision. And so I love that. I love seeing Johnny especially the fact that we read a Spider-Man comic before this too, because I read Fantastic Four first and then read Spider-Man.
Oh,
and
so it's really funny.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it was great too to see Johnny, the kids are all about Spider-Man. Oh, can Spider-Man come to my birthday, Mom? That'd be so awesome. Yada, yada, yada. And he's like, Johnny's like, why do you need Spider-Man when you've got the Human Torch? And he's like, yeah. But Mom, can you ask him? Can you ask Spider-Man? Yeah, you can see Johnny get all butthurt about it,
It's the cutest thing.
Spider-Man sucks. You'll learn someday, kid. It's like, it's funny too, because the crossover we did with one of the crossovers I read, or I can't remember if we did it on the show, was Spider-Man at one of the first meetings between Spider-Man and Johnny, and the fight that took place and them getting into it and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was a fun throwback all the way to that era with that joke as well. So there's a lot of fun things
Spiders
about
are
that.
related to the FF.
Right.
He tried to
no.
join on Amazing Spider-Man #1. It also didn't work.
Yeah,
They didn't have
I
money.
remember he had a shitty mask. I remember something about a shitty mask.
It was a very shitty
God,
mask.
where's
Yeah.
my
So-
brain go?
Amazing Bagman. But go ahead, Cass.
Yeah.
Comment, Pet, take it back.
I do want to ask, did you guys happen to pick a favorite read out of the bunch?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm still thinking about it. I am thinking about it.
I mean, aside from
Ironcaster's
obviously aside from
favorite's
Army
Viking.
616.
Ironcaster's favorite is Viking read right there on the screen.
Dude, you know me well enough. Like,
I know-
look
oh,
at
I know,
this
I
guy.
Gotta admit, it's pretty
I
cool.
know you, brother.
You
I know
Nordic man.
Yeah, I know him.
All
He
right,
has this
go
little
ahead,
tiny bit of
finish
hair
it.
in the back.
Go ahead, finish it, Common.
Yeah, but so I mean, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm excited to read the next one. I've already got it pulled up. I might have been reading it in the background while somebody else was talking. But like it's so it's really good. It's really catchy. I love the art on the interior. Especially for something that's in like the thousands and stuff like that. When some of the art started to get a little questionable in some issues, especially over at DC. So this I really appreciate that. It's beautiful. I love all the different things, and I love how much detail just for the art real quick, and then I'll finish up. But just for the art world too, I love how much variation they put into every single read too. Because they don't just look like cut and paste copies of reads like you've seen of like some of the Spider-Man verse stuff or some of the other characters. These are all very, very distinct Reed Richards. Every one of them, you can look at them, and if you sit there and look at them for long enough, you're going to be able to tell a backstory just based on their costume, just based on the abilities they approve of, just based on that ass. There's a lot of those kind of situations out there. Right, like this Reed has clearly been doing the squats. Okay, like this Reed did not skip leg day, unlike Beardo. Right,
White,
so
he's
it's
my
like so, but
favorite.
No, he's
Of course he
Beardo.
is.
He's wearing nothing underneath, man.
All right, let Common finish because we got 3 other
But-
guys. we
Oh,
gotta
he's
get
gonna
to.
finish with
but
that.
yeah,
Reed.
Face up.
so I
You
just
keep it up.
all right, yeah,
Raising.
keep it up. You're clearly pleasing the rest of the panel. But so one of those things, so I love that aspect about it too, that detail, that stuff that you see like back in the old comics and stuff like that. So I really love that. I appreciate that. I enjoy this issue. I will definitely be reading the rest of this arc because this is really good. So yeah, highly recommend it. I liked it overall. It was very well done. So whoever picked this one, good choice. I like this one very, very much.
You
So.
can thank Casser for that. He was the man.
Good job, Cass.
All right. So Pablo, I'm gonna pass it on to. Actually, no, we're gonna do Fenrir, then Pablo, okay, and then me last, and then we're gonna make a very lightning quick recommendations, and then pull out. So Fenrir, your thoughts on Fantastic Four, if he has any.
Well said. Well
If
said.
the last, if my last analysis says it was good, this
Okay.
gentleman was brutal.
Okay.
I don't know how the first few panels with the Galactic scene. I put on a couple. I was listening to a couple of minutes of heavy metal. Just,
Okay.
I don't know. It just hit hard. Okay,
But-
it just hit hard. And then again, with this final one with the Celestials at the end, it hit hard again. Yeah, so I I kind of wanted to relax a bit, so I started listening to Grateful Dead, but it didn't feel right, so I then had to. I had to look. I went to some dark places that I don't like to talk about when it comes to heavy music,
That's
and
why you
I'm
needed that
glad I
music
did.
for
He was hearing the My
catharsis.
Little Pony
The,
All
theme.
right.
the music was a catharsis for you.
Yeah. No.
It was a
Yes.
catharsis, Bob Fenrir.
Yes.
But go ahead,
Because it
continue.
really helps. It really helps. Sometimes a sound, a music while you're reading really helps sell the scene because it just makes it a lot better.
Uh
It
huh.
really does. I really recommend when you if anyone's gonna grab this book, really recommend you put on. I don't know what you listen, but I mostly recommend just doing heavy metal with this because it makes it sound pretty fucking cool. Particularly anything with a freaking drum solo. I recommend Neil Peart.
Oh, me actually, it's Peer, but I like that you recommended Rush, and I'm not joking by the way. It is actually Peer. Most people do say Pert, so I don't blame you because I was one of them. But okay, awesome. People want Sydney Sweeney. No man's gonna disagree on that.
Oh
Pablo,
yeah. Oh yeah.
your thoughts on Fantastic Four 571?
God damn it, I was muted.
Oh, I thought you were like holding your thoughts in. Like I'm just gonna like
Fuck
build
you, I was right. Fuck
anticipation.
you, I was right. Fuck you.
uh
Dude, yeah, the fact that I was talking how the Infinity Gems don't work on other universes, and they just straight up say, yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet only works in its own universe. Thank you. So why the hell are you wearing the goddamn gauntlet everywhere? Aura farming. Okay, checks out. Uh, is you cannot deny is a Reed Richard thing to do. The only thing that you will actually wear as an accessory, as something just to garnish yourself, to dress up a bit, will be the most powerful weapon on the universe. Yeah, absolutely checks out. God damn it. Uh, the whole comic understands Reed Richards in a way that actually really works
huh.
because they emphasize that every single one of these reads is an utilitarian and an authoritarian at the same time. And Reed
Hmm.
Richards is both, right? You have seen when there's that shadow, and even some characters have commented during the years that he will be the perfect Doctor Doom because he's equally as deranged on his view that he's right. The only thing is that, yeah, he's quite right. Doom is actually quite fucked up. This one is actually right. Yeah, this one will do some good. And yeah, only Reed Richards could, or Victor Von Doom will get to that point of, yeah, I cannot defeat this enemy, so I will just destroy his mind to in a way that he's just a vegetable. And I will build a big freezer and get a bunch of him. So basically, he has a freezer full of carrots named Victor Van Doom. That's Reed Richards. Sorry, that's Reed Richards. That's the fucked up thing about that character. He is too much of an utilitarian. Everything needs to have a use, or is just not worth your time, right? The only thing is that he also has that sense of saving people. He just doesn't connect with people. And he's doing exactly that. He's killing different versions of Galactus because that will save people. But he gets into this council of reeds that actually believes that killing Galactus is good. But killing Doom, not. They just want to have a bunch of carrots in a freezer. And that works for Reed Richards.
Mhm.
This is a bit after Civil War. In Civil War, he was exactly the same. And before that, even if you go to Secret War, he was that logical of maybe sometimes you just need to kill.
Uh-huh.
That's the character. And a
Yeah.
bunch of them, yeah, they will get to the decision that they are right, because if you bounce your own ideas into yourself, you will tell yourself every single time that's the best idea that I have heard. And it's exactly what's happening. That's why I'm saying there's something sinister about the console. And we see that there's something really sinister. They just have a good excuse about it, so you cannot really get mad. This is still something terrible. Um, about the planet that they turn into a farm. I hope they are uh, getting to this planet a bunch of shit. And I mean a bunch of shit, a lot of shit. Because if they are producing this much crops and they are sending them to different universes, they are transporting the materials that the soil needs to produce more. So they need fertilizer in equal amounts of the material that they are removing. So they have to get shit into this planet. That's a job. There's a Reed that actually goes with a truck full of shit to this universe every day. Nobody thought about that, right? Well, I did. And that's still something Reed Richards will do.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I cannot. This is an era of comics that I hate for Marvel. For Marvel,
Rightfully so.
and still, I enjoyed this one too much because it nails Reed Richards
Oh God, does
in
it
every way
ever?
possible,
Well,
including that
even in
thought
a
that
bad
he used
era,
to do.
Pablo, you can still have some gems.
Yeah, I'm flabbergasted that they nail the character so much.
I agree. Strongly
Is
agree.
yeah.
You got anything else, or should I pick it up last and then?
Dude, you can pick it up, put
All
it
right.
down, pick it up again.
Ah, so okay. One thing, and I feel like this has been really severely either undermentioned or I just didn't mention outside the splash page. Dale Eaglesham's art is great in this issue. It was great in the previous issue. It's better in this issue. I love it. He is actually a really great fit for the storyline. I love how Reed is actually he's already the leader of the Fantastic Four. He's the smartest man in the Marvel Universe, one of the smartest characters, period.
Yep.
But this story really feels heavily emphasized on him. I don't know if that's going to be a thing going forward or just for the time being. Regardless, I love the direction of that because it feels like we're getting into a part of Reed's life we have not got to know before. What happens when we see everything through his lenses, the burden he deals with, also like Spider-Man, everything he has to juggle too as well. He's got a bit of a juggling act as well. And now all of a sudden he's learning about everything he's accomplished. Well, great and notable, noteworthy is also small time compared to what other men like him have done. But however, all is not lost for him in that regard. He can accomplish so much more on a much more ambitious, grander scale than even he realizes. It's kind of like the whole thing about they say you use like only a portion of your brain. It feels like these guys have come in to say, hey, we're going to help you unlock that other part of your brain. And you think you're smart, you have no idea how smart you actually are. We're going to unlock that part out of you. So that was like, this is getting into some levels of grand ambition that feels like we're going to be reading something truly epic. I love that. And also, I love, once again, the highlight of Reed and Sue, their conversation. Character moments were incredible between that and then the breakfast conversation between everyone going back and forth. You see that even when he's so busy, Reed's daughter still loves him. Johnny and Ben still fighting. It's just another Tuesday. And I love, of course, when Reed mentioned about how he still pays attention to Sue after it's all said and done. But then there's the banter about the birthday party for Franklin and how he wants Spider-Man, and Johnny's so spiteful about it. Oh, it is hilarious. So even though Hickman is known for really emphasizing on a lot of dramatics and really ambitious storytelling, and he does have a little bit of ambitious storytelling, he does have good moments of humor in this book. He really does. And what's up, Keely Chuck says, what comic is this from? The artwork is saying this would be Fantastic Four issue 571, the second issue of the Jonathan Hickman run, art by Dale Eaglesham, to answer your question. What's up? I really love how we're seeing the capabilities of the other reads. Of course, knowing that's the multiverse, even though I'm still mostly fatigued from the multiverse, it was nice to see what he can learn, at least perspective-wise, from other reads. And I feel like that's the interesting part, is not, hey, let's kill off this read so he could come to this universe. None of that. This is what can I learn from these other reads? And to me, that's the most Reed Richards thing you could get from, well, a Reed Richards driven story. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. And the fact that we close out with damn Celestials, oh, we are in for something wild. So, okay. And to bring it now back to my conclusion, I have gone to back to a lot of the Hickman Marvel stuff. Some of it, admittedly, I'm still not wild about. But if there's one thing I've changed my stance on, it's this Fantastic Four comic run. This is good. It's fun. It's funny. It's very serious at parts. But it doesn't lose its humanity. It doesn't lose the family aspect. It's still all there. It's definitely a bit darker, but not that dark. We're not exactly reading something like that was penned by David Goyer. We're still reading a Fantastic Four comic book that's dealing with a little bit more of a layered story than we're used to dealing with. And it is a very entertaining read. And even though you can clearly tell it's written in the serialized format, Jonathan Hickman still makes very great use of these issues, even in the serialized writing for the trade format. Stuff happens in this issue. Stuff happens. And that's very important, especially when you're writing this format. I see a lot of writers tend to fail in this format. Jonathan Hickman shows you what happens when that can be a success. So I will go as far as to call this a home run of an issue. So that said, obviously we'll be back here next week for Amazing Spider-Man 83, Fantastic Four 572, and of course Transformers number 24 discussion. But before we go, I want us to say one quick recommendation along with our channel plug ads, and we're going to call it an evening. Chat. Oh, I got a Rumble rant here from Depot 101. Thanks for the fun. Also, Norse reads ass. Can't wait for next week for Transformers number 24. Got to catch up on G.I. Joe now. Oh, wait till you catch up on G.I. Joe. I read this week, and it's fantastic. It's great. You're going to love it. Baroness and Cover Girl make a great team. I'm just saying. All right. So remember, one quick recommendation, one quick plug-in, next man. Fenrir, since you are got to be here quickly and shortly, you get to go first. And thank you, Deeple.
All right, then. As you know me, I'm Fenrir the Ice Wolf. Your typical lovely bastard and such.
Okay.
I have plans for doing great things. So in the future, please keep a following on this guy. Go to my Twitter, YouTube. Leave a like, subscribe, whatever the hell you younglings are doing. I'm sick and tired of pretending I'm young anymore. I don't want to be part of my generation. So help me making my story so I can stop giving a fuck. Buy a house in the hood, in the woods, and forever stay away from civilization, except on the weekends to talk with you guys.
Okay.
So,
well, hey.
Yeah, stay tuned. I'm making a book. I'm releasing it out. Paul, I'm still waiting on your review, brother. Still waiting.
Hey,
Man.
Thank you for being here, Fenrir. Appreciate it.
This week, I will have time to read. This week, nobody works on my country. Things are bad.
Equalizer. we gotta
Thank
give our
you.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
know.
being
Good to
here,
know.
Equalizer.
Okay. I'm going to be
Take care,
leaving.
Fenrir.
Nick, it was a pleasure.
It was.
Caster, stay freaky. Pablo, I'll keep you up on that promise. I don't care what your country's doing. You better read it. And
That's the news,
Common,
man.
I don't follow South American news, man. It's just so depressing.
Yeah, right now it
Where
is.
was I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet.
Thank
Common,
you, Fenrir.
I was going to say, it was good seeing you. Really, bottom of my heart, I'm glad to see you're okay.
too,
It's
buddy.
been so long since we've talked.
I'm
Right then.
always around. I'm always
Stay
doing
safe,
something.
guys.
Good night.
Good,
All right,
good to know, good to know.
Equalizer. He says, "Gentlemen, thank you, sir. I would love to see. We'll be back in next Saturday, same bat time, same bat channel. Have a great night, Deeple. Thank you for the Rumble rant again. Common Nerd, quick read recommendation. Not read like Reed Richards, but READ read, and then your channel.
I'm reading some Warhammer 40K stuff right now. If you want to get into that universe, start off with the Caiaphas Cain books. Those are great. I've got Bible study tomorrow at 2 p.m. I am one new subscriber away from 2250 over on the new channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you come subscribe to the new channel. Got Bible study tomorrow at 2 p.m. We're going through Isaiah, and considering everything that's going on, you all probably need some good Bible study in your life. So tomorrow night we're doing Doctor Who at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are doing Classic Who. Boys and girls, we have a special guest, Griffin, Handy News, and Spartacus, as well as Sunker Maiden. So we are going. So if you've never been into Who before, this is the time to get in. We are starting right at the beginning, back in the black and white era. It's absolutely fabulous. Weekdays, you can find me at 11 a.m. for the morning prep. Thursdays, we're finishing off Alien Earth before we start spooky season and do the actual Alien movie as well. So yeah, come subscribe to me. I put out videos 6 days a week. I put out content 7 days a week. You can always find me doing something. We got a bunch of new videos to put out. Go check those out. Go leave comments, because at the end of the day, the YouTube algorithm is nothing more than a mathematical equation, and we can beat it with sheer numbers. So thanks for having me. Love reading classic comics. Love hanging out with the boys on Saturday night doing comic shop talk. And shout out to all of you beautiful folks out there in the chat.
Hey, thanks for being here, Common. Love your thoughts, your analysis on these classic comics. It's great to have you here. Even better to see you. Have a magical evening. And yes, chat, we will make up for it next week. We'll get a nice, good, strong 2.5 hour show for next week to make up for lost time tonight. Because the reason why it's a short show is because I'm going to go watch WrestlePalooza with my kids. Pablo,
Nice.
plug your plug.
I
and
don't
your
know.
recommendation.
Is my camera finally working decently?
Mostly. It's
It
okay.
was-
We're at the end of the show. You can straighten it out
Okay.
there. People know you and love you.
Well, right now I'm not working that much. Actually, these few weeks I have been trying to see whatever comes in my country, because, well, shit just kind of hit the fan. Then it got resetted. Then she got into the fan again, but this time in the blade, so noise sprinkling everywhere, and yeah, fun times. Anyway, good recommendation to read. I will say, you know what? What the hell? Go read Dan Dan Dan. The second season of the anime recently ended. Great final scene, incredible. Absolutely love it. What happens in the manga right after that is even better. So why the hell not? Just go. There's a lot of Dan Dan Dan. There's a lot of that manga that you can read, and they won't cover everything on season 3, so you have a lot of enjoyment there. That will be it, man. I cannot recommend anything better right now. Sorry, it's manga, but
It's okay.
Amazing
Hey,
Spider-Man.
it's about whatever you are reading. It's not about
Yeah.
what caters to preconceived notions or my personal biases. This is a what are you reading? It's not about how I feel. How I feel is irrelevant.
I have one recommendation, because what's going on in Magic the Gathering, and I'm a bit salty about I cannot get the gift box because it's $500. Fuck the stores.
Fuck that.
But yeah, Amazing Fantasy number 15, first appearance for Spider-Man. That's the box. The box looks like the cover. So just go and read the comic. The comic is better than having cards. Enjoy the comic. It's actually really good.
I agree.
That's it.
Hey, Pablo,
The
thanks
cards
for
are
being
for
here,
people
sir.
who like the idea of comics.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
thanks for being here,
Yep.
Pablo. Okay. Appreciate you, buddy. You're a great guy. Love having you here. Okay. You have a magical evening. I can't wait to talk lots of great comics with you next week.
Yeah.
And Caster, plug your plugs, channel and recommendation, and I will go last, and we're getting the fuck out of here. Oh no,
He froze.
he's but we can hear him. We can hear him.
He's back.
Now he's
Yeah.
back. He's back.
He's back.
All right, so get it real short. Blue Falcon, good book this week. I liked it. Oh, and the Dynamite is knocking out of the park with all those classic Hanna-Barbera icons. But for something a little older, I'm gonna go with my Common American number 2.
Ooh, okay. A few years. Okay.
Which is-
okay.
which is great, which is a great little book. And in these times, it's also important to remember that the art is solid. And hey, she goes to church.
Oh, wow.
Hi, my
That's
kind of comic.
fascinating. That's
My
actually
kind of
really
girl.
fascinating. Okay. Okay.
But that said, you can find me over on my channel, Ironcaster. Where Monday nights we do the Mech Pit chat. I have a phone call coming in, but that can wait. And I'll call you back, Mom. Anyway, so this week I'll be on with we're doing Talk Hard on Tuesday nights. For this week, we're getting a little weird with weird science.
Ooh, nice.
As for
Okay.
Monday nights, though, Monday Night Mech Pit chat, we talk big robots. Check us out over there. Yes, I'll keep it short, guys. As a pleasure always. I will catch you guys later.
Agreed.
Follow me on Twitter at the Ironcast. You'll see where I'm at, including here. And here in about a couple hours, I'll be on with Snowed Up for the Cotton Council, where our little fine fuzzy felted friends are gonna get their little freak on and try to solve all the world's problems through the mind of a puppet.
Go hang out, Snowdub and the
Please
crew.
don't.
Sorry, the puppets and the crew tonight, where Ironcaster's friend will be there. Thank you, Caster,
Yeah.
for being here. Hey, are we still on for Wednesday evening? Me, you, and Pablo to talk the Phantom #1?
Yep.
Okay, we'll get together around 7 p.m. Central Time, which is 8 your time, Caster. Pablo, I don't know if you're on Central Eastern, but 7 Central. So so make sure you have read Mad Cave Studios, the Phantom #1. We're gonna review it. It's gonna be huge. Okay, gents. That's your reminder. And I'll remind again throughout the next few days. But Caster, thank you as well for being here. I hope your puppet and your friends have fun at Snowdubs. On my channel, you heard it here. The Phantom #1 finally arrives next week from Mad Cave Studios. Review will be out Thursday morning. We'll be here for Clobby's Comic Shop next week. Classic Comics plus Transformers. Toxic Tuesday, which is only on Rumble. We'll be talking Van Wilder Tuesday night, so you better show up big for that one. And Bonded by Metals, the Metal channel. I put a video on the passing of the At the Gate singer a few days ago. And we got another slew of videos coming out as well on Bonded by Metal. And we're almost at 100 subs on Bonded by Metal as well, which is great. We're getting there. And, well, I'll figure out. Oh, member stream next week as well. Probably thinking Wednesday night after I record my Phantom video with the boys here. So Wednesday night, if you're a channel member, all members can come. All members can come. Okay? It don't matter how big or small you are. All of you can come on the stream. Okay? All of you. Equally, indiscriminately. Anyways, we're getting out of here. Thank you for supporting the show. Thanks for hanging out with us, YouTube or Rumble. Thank you, Deepa, for the Rumble rant. But it is time for us to pull out of here. We'll see you next week for a bigger, longer, harder, and stronger show. Goodbye, good fight, and good night. Jaffo, please catch the replay. We are worth it.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell